You're watching Rogers TV, St. John's.
It was my daughter's birthday. She was blowing out the candles on her cake when we heard coming from the TV. So we stopped and listened, and it helped us get to safety. That's why when I think of my daughter's birthday, because now she gets to keep having them.
Welcome back to Out of the Fog. The time of year it is, we are fast approaching one of my all-time favorite days. I'm going to say holiday. I don't know. For some people, it's a holiday. For some people,
in Newfoundland, it's the only province that celebrates St. Patrick's as a holiday.
Is it really?
Honest to God, yeah.
Like as a part of like,
No,
because it's not the
Monday-
Shops Closing Act. It's
No.
not a holiday there.
But the provincial government takes it. City, the municipality takes it.
Yeah.
This year the teachers have it. So it's kind of like, but the federal government doesn't have it.
Yeah.
So it's not a federal holiday, and it is a provincial holiday. So it's not a statutory holiday, but it is a holiday.
So this is a really good transition here to get into a lot of what we're going to talk about, which is obviously we're talking about St. Patrick's Day. This is Brenda O'Reilly of O'Reilly's, and also Yellow Belly and Muscles on the Corner, and what are you calling the place out in Carbonear or Harbour Grace? Sorry.
So we don't have exact title on it yet, but
Yeah.
right now we're calling it the Harbour Grace Tourism Project.
Okay.
So it's because
Yeah.
it's a pretty massively big project, but we don't.
Let's talk about that after, because it's almost St. Patrick's Day. And you at O'Reilly's, how long have you guys been in business now?
This is our 23rd year.
That's a long time, hey?
It's a long
wow.
time. Yeah.
And of course, you moved up the street a little bit a few years back.
Right next door.
Right next door,
That
yeah.
was 13 years ago, by the way.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. I know.
It feels like yesterday.
Time goes so fast. It just really whips by really quickly. But
And you got a
it's
brand
challenging.
that the public is going to remember.
Well, yeah, I
Right?
mean, it's a known brand for sure. I mean, in 2015, we were voted Canada's favorite bar, so that was kind of cool.
That's pretty crazy.
And having, the likes of Alan Doyle bringing Russell Crowe through and singing there helped make the brand
Yeah.
what it is today. So we've had some great successes over the years for sure, and I'm looking forward to 25 actually. And I know
bet.
I'm a planner, so I like to plan.
I was just going to say, you already know sort of
Yeah.
half of what's going to happen, don't you?
I do, and that year, St. Patrick's falls on a Thursday, which is the hardest day for it to fall on because people don't understand which weekend is St. Patrick's weekend.
Oh, yeah.
But in Newfoundland, where it's a holiday, the Monday before is actually the holiday.
Okay.
So that weekend would be St. Patrick's weekend per se, but then you've got the Thursday, which is St. Patrick's Day, so then that weekend we'll try and do something very special.
So you're
for
going to
our
have like 2 weeks worth of craziness.
It
kind
will
of.
be 10-day celebration, we'll
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
And I think we need something to celebrate right now, to be
Yeah,
honest.
and that's kind of where I want to go with this
Yeah.
next. Is like St. Patrick's Day feels like the official end of the
Winter.
misery of just, right?
And it always is every winter, to be honest. It's we all look forward to it downtown because it kind of marks the beginning of spring and summer's not far away and we're hopeful and we're optimistic and we are as
Man,
Newfoundlanders
do we ever need it
anyway.
now,
I
eh?
know. So, but this year, because it falls on a Tuesday, so we always have a practice your patty. So we're kicking it off on Wednesday night. We call it practice your patty because it's kind of like the kickoff celebration of the weekend. And so we got some great things going on that night. Of course, live bands. We've got over 100 hours of live music from Wednesday until Tuesday, including some live performances in Muscles on the Corner as well during that same time. So it's a lot of live music. So it's great for the bands too because this winter was hard on them too.
Oh, absolutely.
Musicians, a lot of musicians work for themselves. And
Revenue's got to be down all across the bar scene for sure.
100%, yeah.
And if they don't have the money, I mean, arguably from like a marketing standpoint, if you want to get people to your bar, you should be presenting them with some form of entertainment maybe as one of many things you could do. Drink specials, food, whatever it is. But if it's an Irish
Newfoundland. The quality of
Newfoundland,
entertainment we have here is amazing.
yes.
It truly is amazing. I have colleagues of mine that own Irish pubs across the country, and they're so jealous of the amount of talent we have here in the province, and it is just absolutely amazing. It truly is.
Yeah.
And I was saying to you off camera, when I opened 23 years ago, we had access to quite a few bands, but not like today. Today, there's between 25, 30 that I know of that play this genre of music.
Yeah, and that they're vetted by you to be like, I would trust them on the O'Reilly stage. well, to a degree.
There's so much talent. I don't really have to vet people too.
No, I don't actually mean like they need to come in and audition to play your bar, but these are people that you'd know already that you could have them play there, because you do have a brand. And I mean, if you're Canada's favorite bar from a few years back, like, I mean, you wouldn't put me on stage.
It has to be quality for sure, but and it becomes, you're right, it becomes what we're known for is quality of the entertainment.
But there's also a lot more Irish Newfoundland bars and pubs around than there used to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot more competition, and I don't see that as a negative thing. I see that as a positive
Well, it's
thing.
better for the consumer. It's always better for the end consumer if businesses have to compete with one another for a better product.
Yeah, there's not very many business owners that would say they don't like competition. Competition keeps you sharp. Competition keeps you competitive, right? So, that's never been an issue for most that I know, to be honest, right? It's an open market. Like the market will dictate what happens. But we continue on on Thursday night we have like the Irish Descendants. I mean, the Irish Descendants. I mean,
the quintessential.
30 years. Well, they played our grand opening 23 years ago. And look at them now. I mean, they constantly evolve, and now, of course, they've got their reunion tour coming up, and which is fantastic. And I mean, 30 years later, like, that's pretty spectacular.
It is.
To have a career that long in music, in anything, really, right?
Really, yeah.
But then we've got like Friday night. We start with lunchtime, so we're doing a seniors thing on Friday lunch, and so we got live music starting at noon, right through the whole day, every hour and a half. Basically, it changes. And then on Saturday morning, we're doing our annual family event. So it's a free event for families, and it's from 10:30 to 1:30. We started it about 5 or 6 years ago. It's been so well attended and well received. It's fantastic. And we have all youth performers performing.
That's excellent.
So it's really cool. And we have St. Pat's dancers, and of course, that's a tradition forever.
Oh, they got to be there, yeah, for sure.
Very proud of what Yvonne does.
I can remember years and years ago, because my sister worked for you a long time ago at the previous location, and I can remember going down to just like have a beer, and my sister would be there, and just some friends. And what was the guy's name that would always sort of like half tap, half Steve?
Oh, Stevie.
Oh,
Stevie
God
Lane.
loves Stevie.
Yes, yeah. So Stevie's still alive, still doing okay. We miss Stevie down there for sure. He was an institution downtown.
Oh my
right?
goodness, yes.
For sure, he loves it too. And whenever I go visit him, he still wants to dance. He still wants to do that.
I think he'd bring his shoes. You'd see him lace up in the
cool.
corner.
I know.
It's ready to
but
go.
There's been so much of that.
Yeah.
And he did go from bar to bar too. Like he loved anywhere, and he would pick his favorite band kind of thing to go to dance to, right? But they all had certain songs that he liked, and then he knew. It was spectacular. Of course, we've got the Sunday brunch with the Mashless Men.
Yes.
And we started that a couple of years ago. That is sold out, but we reopen again at 2:30 when the brunch is over. We have more capacity than we have seats, so we can let more people in after because we're still a bar. But we only sell seats to the brunch part. And then, of course, on Monday is the eve of St. Patrick's. It's my sister's birthday, and her name is Patricia. She always calls she calls it St. Patsy's Day.
St. Patsy's Day.
It's kind of funny.
That's perfect.
It suits her really well. And then, of course, on St. Patrick's Day, we've been doing our annual breakfast for 23 years now.
I've been down a couple of times.
It's kind of cool. We open at 6 o'clock, and we have breakfast starting at 6:30. And Fergus O'Byrne and Dermot O'Reilly used to always do it. And of course, after Dermot's passing, Fergus's son, Fergus Brown O'Byrne, subbed in there, and so they've been doing it ever since. So,
nice.
The two, I call them the fur guy.
Yeah, the fur guy.
So the two Ferguses will play for the breakfast, and then we'll roll into Chris Hennessy, and then onwards bands all day, right till the end of the night. So it's fantastic. I look forward to it every year. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of organizing.
I bet. And I mean,
and getting extra staff and stuff, but it's all right.
But it'll work out.
As long as Sheila's brush was last week.
Oh my goodness, right? We got a bit of a cold snap now for a little bit, but I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah, well, it is what it is now. I can't control
I don't think
weather.
it'll stop. It won't stop people. Look, because it's different. It's St. Patrick's Day.
Everybody picks their moments to celebrate, and of course, we're doing something at Yellow Belly as well on the Sunday afternoon up in the public house. We have a free family event as well. It's Fergus O'Byrne is playing for about an hour, and then the session, our traditional session that normally used to be on Sunday afternoons at O'Reilly still is. We're moving it to Yellow Belly that day. And so it's a free event for families, and we have a buffet available if people want to come in and have a lunch and enjoy the session in Fergus. So lots for everybody.
So where would people go to check the schedule of what's happening for St. Patrick's Week?
O'Reilly'sPub.com is where we have the full schedule. Of course, follow us on social media, on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and because we're always tweeting out what's happening. And it's a fantastic lineup. It truly is. It's great. I mean, we have the Masters Men a couple of times, and we have Punters and Tarahan and Grilly's Reel and Heel and Toe and new bands like the Ugly Sticks and Tomorrow's Hangover, all kinds of activities. Little young band called Far East, the Fine Lads. I mean, it just is amazing. And of course, our staples, Chris Hennessy and Bill Kelly. So it's a great week.
Like you rhymed through. I mean, it's been a couple of years since you've been at it, but like you've rhymed through all of these things so quickly.
I actually have the schedule memorized in my mind. I've got a little bit of a photographic memory, so I can actually close my eyes and
kind of look at it and see.
I can recant it all, but I won't. I won't do that for you.
So when's the breakfast? That's on the Tuesday?
It's on Tuesday morning.
So you can go down 6 o'clock on Tuesday morning and have breakfast.
Yeah.
And there's a full kitchen there, so you could stay for lunch, you could stay for dinner.
You can stay all day.
And you could be all day to the point where, like, you can't walk out.
Well, we don't let people get to that point, but we are responsible borrowers.
Of course.
However, with that said, though, you could come for the breakfast, go to work, and come back in the afternoon. You won't have to pay twice. But if there's a lineup, you may get stuck in a lineup. But once you buy that ticket, that gets you in throughout the day. So
I'm thinking I might decide. I think I know where I'm going for breakfast.
We have a handful of tickets left for breakfast because we pre-sell it so we can plan. But once again, once the breakfast is over at 10, like the food part, we open up to the general public and you can just come on down and pay cover at the door.
Amazing.
So it's going to be a great week. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Thank you very much, Brenda. And ladies and gentlemen, you know where you're going for St. Patrick's Day. Where else are you going to go? We'll be right back after this break.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
All right, girls.
Mom, you said it's played again.
Workplace injuries hurt the most at home.
Blood in the urine is the most common symptom of bladder cancer. Don't ignore this warning sign, not even once.
Welcome back to Out of the Fog. So you may or may not have heard, if you've been under a rock, that there was the Chevrolet Canada Good Deeds Cup was won here, just outside of our wonderful city by the Northeast Eagles, small hockey team that has done a lot of cool stuff, and they paired up with Rainbow Riders, Kelly Sandoval. And I mean, our audience wouldn't know. You're the executive director of Rainbow Riders, but you also worked here.
I did.
For a long time. Like when I started here, you would like organize all of the volunteers that help make all this stuff come together. So people doing good things for other people just like lines up in everything that you're a part of, apparently.
I don't know. I tend to gravitate towards those types of roles for some reason. Yeah, definitely.
So first, before we talk about the Good Deeds Cup and what happened there, first just talk about Rainbow Riders for a second, because there might be some people who don't fully know the services that you provide.
Right. Okay. So Rainbow Riders is a therapeutic riding center, and therapeutic riding is a very progressive type of therapy that helps kids with cognitive, physical, and emotional disabilities. So a very wide range, pretty much anything. There's a lot of benefit to the therapeutic riding. So that's our target audience, that's our target clientele, and we have been around for 30 years. And so
that's such a long time,
and we've increased the program in the last year over 100%. So we're really
what a
really reaching
coincidence!
people.
They get this new executive director.
No.
And then they just a little humble brag there.
No,
Hey, Kelly.
You know what? We're very proud because we have this brand new facility, 2 years old. and an amazing, incredibly talented staff of very passionate.
What a difference that makes, eh?
It's amazing, yeah. It really has been. So putting this, getting the staff going, and they're so motivated, and we really are seeing the outcomes now of the
That's
kids.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And you got a fair amount of attention from the media recently. Also, everybody got super interested in what happens to horses when we have a lot of snow.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you've been a whole media darling. You're like on this junket, like you're...
Yeah. Totally organically. It was just, I feel it is a human interest type of thing.
Definitely.
And I totally get it, because before coming to Rainbow, I had no idea about horses. I've been on a huge learning curve for the last year. So I do get it. It is interesting, and I had no idea the logistics of having 16 horses.
I bet.
Yeah, and it has been interesting, I will say that.
So let's talk about the Northeast Eagles and how you got sort of connected to them.
Yes, well, two of the parents of players are on our board of directors.
Okay.
They are. Now, the connection really is with Nathan Chalk. Nathan Chalk's brother is the goalie for the Northeast Eagles. Nathan Chalk is the young man that's featured in our video that most people thankfully went in and voted for. So basically, Nathan and his brother, very close, and his mom is Charlotte, who's on our board of directors. So there's this sort of connection. Nathan has been a rider with us since he was 3 years old.
Oh, wow.
And he's very passionate and has been a huge advocate all those years that he's been with us. It's really shaped him. And he's very, he loves to share that. He loves to tell people about it. He wants
proud
people.
of it, I guess.
Very proud of it.
He wants other people to know, hey, this has done so much for me, or I've done so much for myself through this, or whatever words you want to use to describe it.
Yes.
And he just seems like one of those beyond his years, sort of.
He is. He's an incredibly bright young man, cerebral palsy since he was born. But what he's done has been incredible, and he does credit Rainbow Riders.
That's wonderful.
As a huge part of that, and yeah.
So, as a part of competing in the Chevrolet Canada Good Deeds Cup, there's a submission that happens, right?
Yes.
So you create a video of some sort and you submit it, and I understand that we get to watch that video,
Yes.
and we get to show it to the audience.
Yes, and it should be noted that Rogers TV and all the production team here had a very, very, very integral part in producing that video.
Well, thank you for saying that.
And
The
it
truth
would not have
is-
happened. And really, the concept and how we were going to feature the different layers of Rainbow and the Northeast Eagles, very much influenced by the Rogers team here. So a huge shout out to all of you guys.
Well, thank you very much. What she really means is that I did it all myself, and that I should get all of the credit for it. Right?
Of course, Jason.
So let's watch that video right now. Please enjoy.
From our barn to yours. It started with the idea to provide free riding for the children at Rainbow Riders Therapeutic Riding Program. But it became so much more.
Hockey and riding aren't so different. All kids have their own passions. Kindness is contagious. Our whole community rallied around us.
We raised enough for a free week of riding for all the kids, a badly needed utility vehicle, and even more for the program. It's an experience that we will never forget.
When you come together and do good deeds, everyone wins.
It's pretty obvious how they got in and got so deep into the competition, sort of. I mean, it's lovely. And you're right, Nathan Chalk, you said?
Yes.
What a guy.
He's amazing. He's not only is he a rider, he's a volunteer, and he also acted as he was one of our summer day camp staff as well. This past year. So he's quite involved.
We should have got him here and we could have interviewed him. And
I
talked to him about it.
I
That would have been
know.
wonderful.
Again, he's been on the media.
Oh yeah, he's famous now.
He kind of is, yeah.
It's like we couldn't get him. His
Exactly.
schedule's too busy.
His calendar is pretty full.
Yeah. So obviously this sparked a process of building relationships with the Eagles and through Rainbow Riders, and I understand that sort of developed and became a really nice thing. So you can elaborate a little bit on that?
Yes, I feel like, well, because of the connection, I guess the initial connection, we were able to really create such a nice relationship with all the boys on the team. They were able to visit us on many occasions. They saw Nathan's lesson. They saw other participants' lessons. They met the horses. They met the instructors and staff, and they really felt part of what we were doing. I feel they were quite motivated and enthusiastic about what they were seeing at Rainbow Riders, and I feel that did help in terms of their enthusiasm.
Yeah, because
I think
the ultimate
translates.
prize is a cash prize, sort
Right.
of, right? And a hefty one, $100,000. Like that's a significant amount of winnings. But when you get sort of face first and really heart first into the thing that you're working towards, it stops being about the 100,000 and starts being about what you see when this guy goes through this lesson and you know that it's helping so much with his development, and it stops being about money and it starts being about the good that's happening.
Well, we never thought for a minute we were going to win this 100,000.
No?
Let me just say that. No, it was really, that was a very far off. They started out really just wanting to provide more riding for the kids. They thought, we play hockey several times a week. We'd love for these guys to get more riding. That's how it started.
Yeah.
And they thought, maybe a couple $1,000s, you know, to just cover the cost. But then they realized they were getting, you know, they were excited.
Yeah.
They were going into corporate offices, telling people about it on their own. And they realized they were getting the corporate, you know, community to match what they were raising. So it was very much their enthusiasm and motivation that
And that's incredible.
And then they had enough to buy us a side-by-side vehicle, which was partially sponsored by Kubota NL.
Yep.
And you know, that was them. They all of a sudden, their contribution was over $21,000.
And then they win the Chevrolet
and then they
Good
go
Deeds
on
Cup.
to win that. And again, like I say, I think that again is just a testament to their enthusiasm and
We got
wanting
good
to do
people
such
here.
a great thing. Yeah.
We got good people, and clearly,
really
like
do.
they used to be the Torbay Eagles,
Yeah.
like a long time ago. So I mean, obviously it's Northeast, so it takes more into account than just Torbay. But I think it's fair to say to everybody that people who live on the northeast of the Avalon are the best people, obviously, because they're.
Well, yes, I mean, the community uptake was incredible. I
Yeah.
mean, we definitely have to recognize that Newfoundlanders really like to support their own.
We really do.
They really do, and we knew we had that a little bit going for us. And we just had a lot of support, and I feel like people did get to know what Rainbow Riders was doing, which was really a nice kind of, you know, offshoot of what was going on. But the support that we got was really incredible. People were you know, reaching out and saying, how many times can I vote? And, and it was great. And we had people from other countries, you know, chiming in and wanting to help. So it was quite an experience in terms of, you know, just understanding how much reach you can get from.
Well, I mean, the community, I suppose, has always appreciated what you provide, and it was an opportunity for the community to provide some back. So thank you very much for coming in, and congratulations on your win. Congratulations to the Northeast Eagles and Rainbow Riders, and congratulations to you for watching another whole show. We'll be right back after this break.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
Welcome back to Out of the Fog. This has been a good show, and it's been a good show in my mind for a couple of reasons. I think it highlights the type of people that we are. We are good people who do good things for other good people, the Eagles and Rainbow Riders, and we're recognized nationally for that. Just think about what that means for our culture. And other parts of our culture, you know, kind of the Irish, Newfoundland, traditional thing that we're all really excited about for the 17th of March, but also an entire week down at O'Reilly's with Brenda and everything that they have going on. And we do deserve a break because it has been a hard winter. Like, we literally had a thing called Snowmageddon. Like, we were all in a state of emergency. We deserve a break. Get out, go to breakfast, bring your family, watch the session, see some music, maybe drink a little bit or a lot. I might go down for breakfast and stay all day until Brenda tells me that I have to leave. That might be my plan. Either way, thank you guys for watching. It's always a pleasure to be here to tell you stories, and I can't wait to see you again next week. Have a good night.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.